Hello, happy Friday, everyone. It's Meredith. I'm here with a message for the 15th of April. I'm going to share with you that in my time zone, it's about 7 a.m. and the sky looks so spooky at the moment. It seemed just the right moment to do today's reading because the sun is starting to peek through and burn off a very intense fog. So you can imagine what that looks like outside the window. It's very ethereal. Anyway, setting the tone for the reading. We are about to have a full moon. That'll happen tomorrow, I believe in the afternoon. Check your time zone for that. But we have a waxing moon in Libra right now. I'm going to do a separate reading for the full moon itself because while it'll go full in Libra, it will change signs into Scorpio while still in its full moon. So that might be kind of interesting to see what the cards have to say about those energies and how they are blessing us and gifting us. So for now, let's get into today's message. We're going to start out with the moon phase. We had quite the shuffle, as you can see. So here's the message. We're starting out with, look at that, the Death card. Gosh, does this card ever show up so much for us lately? Transition, transformation, and what I feel as I'm looking at the card is for sure we've settled something within ourselves. And we have most definitely allowed whatever that something is, unique to each and every one of us, we've allowed that to pass off our foundation. Now, it was not without some sweat equity on our part. The feeling here is that we have, under the light of a nearly full moon, we have quite a different vision and perspective of our transformation, of our transition, what we have allowed to pass off our foundation and away from our sphere of influence. In other words, we have chosen to put an end to an energy that was influencing our connection within self relationship, as a result affecting all of our other relationships. I'm feeling here that the Death card is bringing us a message of, an inner solidarity, a great union within self, and we're seeing it in a new light. We're seeing we're having an opportunity to witness our own inner vision in a unified way. Yeah, without any influence of anyone else's opinions, old belief systems, programming. That's awesome. Let's see what comes with it. Two of Pentacles. There can be a decision being made on this card when you see the Two of Pentacles, though this is also a card that really is about a well-balanced foundation. And here we are coming into, this beautiful moon in Libra, full moon in Libra. And this card can be about weighing options, though at its heart is a message of having a well-balanced life, which goes so nicely into the message here with the Death card. And again, this is a Scorpio energy, and this feels very much like a Libra energy. So it is balancing, it is harmonizing, and it is choosing to keep our foundation harmonized and balanced without these other influences that may have been affecting what we consider to be stable. Just think of it this way. Let's say you have a grandmother with a really super strong personality, and she has passed along some shoulds in belief system, right? We're not picking on Granny here. However, we do defer to an elder's wisdom when we are young. And how long do we defer to that wisdom? So now let's just say we're at midlife in our own life. Granny's passed on, right? We're still carrying her wisdom with us, which is a beautiful thing because certainly she's passed a whole lot of wonder and awe to us, though she also passed her programming and we've questioned it, right? and we've challenged it. You know we have. We've seen it in the cards time and again. And in choosing this inner solidarity for unity within self-relationship, we can embrace what she offered us. We can take it with us or not. It's that simple. We get to decide, and I feel like we've decided what works well for us. So thank you, Granny, for what you had to offer, because it gave contrast. But in the light of this full moon, we have a new perspective, and we're choosing what is true and right for us in the here and now. Coming with, we have the Three of Swords, another card that has been making quite a showing. And this is pain, loss, and sorrow of the past. And so many of us carry that pain, loss, and sorrow with us in the here and now. We keep it alive because we continue to tell ourselves and others the story of how we got there. Now, this is not to dismiss our experience by the retelling of things. Though the consideration here is, in this beautiful light, contrast, and new perspective, what magic are you making of this old tale? Consider that. So if you're telling and retelling some sort of woe from your past, how much are you continuing to anchor it in the here and now? How are we speaking over our life? How much is that directing our sphere of influence? So how influenced are we by the pain, loss, and sorrow of the past? The Death card says here, and just look at this lineup of cards, check the artwork, because the Death card is sweeping in here and coming to trot across our foundation and take away that pain, loss, and sorrow of the past if we allow it, because we're choosing to live harmoniously. So the Death card really is such a gift. Many people gasp when they see it because there's some sort of transitional, transformational perception of emotional pain when we see this card. But how much emotional pain are we carrying with us in that Three of Swords? The Death card is here to set us free from it. Consider it. Next two cards that came out of this shuffle. You know what's interesting is that this deck is called This Might Hurt. Yeah. We know that though. We've been through this. It already has hurt. So how much more painful is it to let go of this and live more balanced and harmoniously? It's something that we manifest for, keep in heart space, and pray for. And here it is being offered to us. So what do the Angel Answers cards usually say to us? Emphatically yes. Let's keep yes in our field. Yeah, this is so interesting. The next two cards, Ten of Wands. See, this is belief system, potential programming. I feel differently about the Ten of Wands than most do. So I will reiterate that this is a fulfillment card, and it's a fulfillment of the Ace of Wands to the power of 10. The burden on this card that gets set down is the Three of Swords here. And this is what the Death card is coming in to usher off the foundation if we simply allow it. Coming with is the Five of Swords. So pretty serious instability with that card there. The gift of the fives being so unstable in tarot is the opportunity to stabilize. And that's what's happening right there in the Two of Coins. We're stabilizing our foundation by saying yes to the pain, loss, and sorrow of the past. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for blessing my life, giving me the contrast. And thank you for bringing the inspiration of the Ace of Wands to the power of 10, because that's fulfillment. And in that fulfillment, we're able to look at the seriousness of the five, the unstable Five of Swords. How we speak to ourselves. What perceived victories have we achieved? And on the Five of Swords, there's no winner ever. You know, someone's walking away from the inner battle. This is usually a conversation we have with ourselves. And angry words have been spoken. Again, how we've spoken over our lives. And in a way that was not fulfilling. And this is us putting an end to the burden of that self-behavior. Ooh, wow, that's powerful stuff. So in the shuffle, we're going to move on to the Awakened Soul cards. We had 3 cards come out. I felt these 3 were enough in terms of the oracle cards, so I chose from no other decks. Let's see what we've got. Our first card. Look at that. Sovereignty. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about over here. Inner solidarity in self-relationship. And then here's the sovereignty card. We're card witching again. It's happening, and it's a beautiful thing. And what I'm seeing in the artwork here is these potential beings in the background, they are representative to my intuitive eye of our soulful presence. And here's this person looking so much smaller, diminutive even, in front of these beings. This is our earthly vessel. This is our waking consciousness channeling this beautiful, vast, dynamic energy. And the message of the card is sovereignty. So this is us choosing. Gosh, look at this. And it's 3 beings here, and I'm looking at the 3 of Swords. So we are choosing to channel to this reality our sovereign selves, our sovereign beingness, our soulful presence. And there's no space whatsoever for pain, loss, and sorrow of the past. While we have appreciation and gratitude for the experience, we don't go forward from the here and now in that energy unless we choose to be less than sovereign. Whoa, gosh, I just gave myself goosebumps. Consider it. Okay, next we have change. Beautiful. See, a snake. Change, transformation. We've molted. We have become much more comfortable and sovereign in our own skin here. This, for me, is yet another confirmation of the Death card here. By choosing our soulful presence with gratitude and appreciation for everything that has been handed to us, offered to us, in the way of wisdom, learning, education, and so on, we have continued to take that information in an inspired way, 10 of Wands, and integrate that into our being, Death card, so that we can choose to live happily, harmoniously on our foundation and make the change where necessary. Change. Next, we have Labyrinth. Yeah, and that's the journey, isn't it? Take a look at that card. Just pause for a moment and look at the Labyrinth. Our journey through this world is not linear. It really is layer upon layer of a circle of stones, if you will. There is a path here, and you can go in any direction you want. You can tell yourself a linear story. We've had messages recently about speaking over our lives in a way where we say, I'll be happy when, which means conditions are just that, conditional. Though life rarely ever unfolds in that way. So take a look at the Labyrinth, see it as your journey. Understand that each ring has brought new lessons, new considerations, and allowed us to choose. Are we going to choose an old linear path, or does it work for you? Is it helpful from time to time? Certainly. Is it paying the kind of reward? Only you can answer that. The reward of your heart space. Is it bringing fulfillment there? The 10 of Wands would suggest yes, though it is a complicated journey. And we're grateful for the complexity of the complications along the way, and we work them out. We come out of instability to stability by being sovereign to our own selves. Whew. Okay, now we're using the After Tarot for the energy atmosphere message of the day. I don't know, do we really need any more here? But as I was shuffling this deck, I was thinking, what comes after the moon phase energies? This was shuffled out first, and Soulful Presence was shuffled out next, and then the After Tarot. So what comes of all this was the thought that was held while shuffling. First 2 cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the 8 of Coins. And the 3 of Swords. But look at that 3 of Swords. Yes. Okay, so the Eight of Coins, you know, this is in traditional tarot, this is a card of continue doing what you're doing because it's working for you. And here on the, Eight of Coins. Here on the Eight of Coins, the person is off the bench. They're not actually working. They're taking a look at the work they've done. And isn't that what we're doing over here in the moon phase? We are taking a new perspective. And we're looking at the Three of Swords, which is showing up twice. So here we are in the pain, loss, and sorrow in the light of the full moon or the building full moon, right? And we can see over here in the Eight of Coins, because of the choices we've made, because of the labyrinth we've walked and the transformation and change that's come. Thank you, Death card, 10 of Wands, change. Over here in self-sovereignty, we have dropped the swords from the Three of Swords in the after tarot. So this is dedication to self-relationship. This is dedication to heart space. And whatever caused us pain of the past is healing or already healed potentially, because we've leaned in deeper to our own skill and talent for being sovereign, transformative, and expansive. Next we have, wow. Okay, so more goosebumps for me, because look at this unity on the Two of Cups and see the beauty in that. Really just pause for a moment and see the beauty in that, because this is you embracing yourself. Harmony off the Two of Coins over here. 4, balance, healing, expansiveness, more transformation, of course, in the Two of Cups, divine feminine, divine masculine, with inner self relationship. This is sovereignty. Right here with the soulful presence message, more sovereignty. So you know what this means. This is what we have to offer, because we're not hung up over here on our Five of Swords, the prior Three of Swords. We're in gratitude and appreciation for the Death card, because we have restored harmony and balance, even in the face of the belief system and programming that was offered to us by our peers and our elders. We talk about this so frequently, and here we're seeing the evidence of our transformation through those experiences, so that in the here and now we're living joyfully. Oh my gosh. And then look at this. Wow. Okay. Ace of Cups. And look, you know, what's being handed to us but our own healed heart. We've done that for ourselves. Gosh. That's the overflow. This is what comes of this labyrinth-like journey. Just congratulations. Really, I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of us for, you know, looking in the mirror and seeing what we can amplify and elevate in our self-relationship by choosing to live happy. Means that we have the strength to take a look at the Death card, the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, and even sometimes that burdensome energy when we're in the thick of it and wondering, is this ever going to come to completion? You know, the answer is yes, though we don't necessarily feel that yes in the moment. But there's the yes in the Ace of Cups from the After Tarot, the divine and cosmic gift of love, bliss, joy, happiness on overflow. Though look at this heart. Over here on this Three of Swords, it's bandaged. Over here, it's a gaping wound, right? So you can see the journey, can't you? So congratulations yet again. Let's take a look at what's on the bottom of the deck. How is the universe supporting us? What's coming out of the unseen and beyond the veil for us? Out of this morning's fog, perhaps? Look at that, 8 of Wands. And in the After Tarot, we have some direction here. We have some say. You know, this card traditionally is a message of incoming information communication. So as you take a look at all of these cards collectively, you can see where we may have not been in readiness to receive. And here we are not only receiving on the 8 of Wands because of this journey here through the Three of Swords, So not only are we in readiness to receive, we have something else to offer. And we are participating in the flow and taking aim. What are we taking aim at? We have the Strength card. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you know, here again, I love this card. There is a suggestion from reading tarot, many other tarot readers, perhaps delivering a textbook version or textbook meaning of a tarot card, that something requires taming or changing. And at the true heart of the Strength card is having the heart to maintain one's courageousness no matter what we face. And understanding that we can't water ourselves down, which when we do that usually brings about a Three of Swords situation. Every people pleaser knows it. Every people pleaser has experienced it. So a watered down version, heck no, we're not offering that. We are living in harmonious connection with our wild side, the part of us that we would never tame. And we feel so sovereign, so connected to self, that we don't hide this at all. We live Two of Coins harmoniously with it. I love it. Oh, look at this. Then we have the Sun, happiest card in tarot. I feel a playful energy here. And this is living the blessing of the Sun. So often when we see the Sun, there is a message of reaching for or achieving the Sun's energy. We have brilliant clarity, and because of the brilliant clarity, we're taking action in a way, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, that fills us, overflows us, again, Ace of Cups, with bliss, joy, and happiness. What happens when we embrace that? What happens when we say yes to that? We express it, we share it. And it takes a sovereign self-relationship to do it. It takes the strength and courageousness and vulnerability to live that way, to take aim at our goals and our dreams over here on the Eight of Wands, to weave the energy of happiness into our world and live that way as we walk through our many labyrinths. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, one more here, and it's the Lover's card, which feels as though yet another frequency upgrade for us to the Two of Cups. This is true unity. It's divine union. It is a divine blessing. And the final message here from the tarot cards feels like a reminder to us what a divine blessing we are to this world and to everyone that we share with within our sphere of influence. Yeah. Okay, next we have the Angel Answers. My goodness, what a powerful message, huh? All right, we have one falling out of the deck. These cards are great for answering a question, confirming energy. Simply consider this a message from your guides and angels. Our first card is the situation will improve. Yes, it will, because look, you have the Sun, you have the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, Three of Swords showing twice in the reading, perhaps even 3 times off that Ace of Cups, showing our transformation. The situation will improve because that's what we've chosen. And it will continue to get better. So keep challenging yourselves. Next we have, look at this, more improvement. Key word here is improve, improving, right? Energies are escalating. Lean into those. Play the Sun with those improving energies. What can you upgrade in your world? Improving health and well-being. What requires the full focus of your heart space within self-relationship at this time? And how do you bless yourself by giving that full attention to your heart space at this time? Next, we have emphatic success. Well, it's written all over the reading. And then abundance. more confirmation of that beautiful Ace of Cups over there. Wow. All right, last card, final card for today from the Mindful Messages deck. We have, look at this, expansive. Expansive improvement. There's a theme in the reading. Okay. Every day I am learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. Yes. Right. In the brilliant clarity of the sun, in the unique perspective of the moon, we see everything within our sphere of influence, self-relationship that can benefit from expansive consideration and appreciation. And as we see it, we interact with it. And that creates great change in the direction of our highest potential and happiness. Thank you for being here, everyone. Be on the lookout for the next reading, which will be about the full moon phase. Have a beautiful Friday. Peace, blessings, love. Namaste.